looking for. Call today at 833-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. And MLS number 3030.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
This is Fox Sports 1070 The Game. WTSO Madison. Available anywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. This is Talkin' Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. Talkin' Golf is brought to you by
American Family Insurance. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly. Oak Park Place, offering senior living options for the lifestyle you deserve, with amenities and services for a carefree, independent way of life. Cherokee Country Club, Madison's only private facility to offer an 18-hole golf course, indoor-outdoor tennis, pickleball, fitness center, outdoor pool, and 2 restaurants. And by Wisconsin.golf, covering the people, courses, tournaments, and golf issues in the Badger State and beyond.
Now, here are your co-hosts for Talkin' Golf, the former Wisconsin men's and women's golf coach and member of the Wisconsin Golf Hall of Fame, Dennis Tiziani, and longtime Wisconsin sportscaster, Paul Brown.
And we welcome you to Cherokee Country Club in Madison, along with Kevin Ryan, Dave McCann, Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown, and welcome to another edition of Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network. On the show tonight at about 6:06, we'll check in with Steve Stricker, who had a pretty good weekend down at Jack's Tournament, the Memorial, down in Columbus, Ohio. Also on the show tonight, we're going to have a young lady from Cherokee, Kristen Morani, who's in charge of sales here, and we're going to go over some of the membership programs and some of the activities and things that are going on here at Cherokee and that type of thing. And also tonight on our program, Derek Schnarr is going to check in. Derek is Director of Golf and General Manager at Blackhawk Country Club here in Madison. There's a big tournament going on over there today at Blackhawk, today and tomorrow, meaning Monday and Tuesday. And also, Derek, Dennis, as you've mentioned, in terms of a guy that is involved with golf for the young people, he is one of the top guys in the state in terms of the developed programs that they have at Blackhawk for young golfers.
No question, no question, Paul. I mean, I with his dad quite a bit. Once a week, we get together and talk about it, and I can't say enough about having somebody on that side of town that's committed to the young players that are there, that he's teaching, that he is responsible for, that are going on to colleges, very much like we have here with Larry on this side. But he's done really good.
His dad is Mike Schnarr, who I met, many years ago at Wisconsin Dells when he was the head pro up at the Dells.
Yeah.
That goes back probably 35, 40 years.
70, he came here in 72, same year I did. So that's when he was up there. Are you that old?
Yeah, I am, as a matter of fact.
Holy mackerel.
I'm older than a lot of people think I am. And you help him out with his golf game.
No.
Get to see him here about once a week.
You cannot help him out with his golf game.
But I was impressed with what he pays you. The last time it was what, 2 cookies?
2 cookies, yeah, and water. But this is his wife that does that for me. It's really funny. But he's doing really good, you know. I think he's doing good. And then he goes away, then he comes back, and we get going good again. But he hits his 10 or 15 balls, but it's more of a friendship thing.
Oh, yeah.
And it's really good. And he's so proud of what his son is doing.
He should be.
And to be able to do the golf part, but then to manage the club also. He's smart enough to put some good people around him, and he's doing great. And we go back, like you say, a long ways away to his mom, you know, way back when. And his sister played here for Wisconsin, played here with us. And Derek worked with us for a while, but he's found a niche. He's done really good. He's passionate about it, and he's good at it.
I remember the pro shop up at the Delview.
Yep.
The golf course up there. Yeah. It was probably about 10 by 12.
Yeah. You couldn't change your mind in it.
Well, we started a new feature on the program last week, giving our listeners and viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, an opportunity. You've always wanted to ask Dennis a question about your game, about the PGA, about golf in general. And it seemed to go over quite well, so we'll do it again a little bit later on in the program tonight. And all you got to do is call. It's a toll-free number, 877-729-1070. Your chance to, maybe you've thought about asking a question of Tiz about your game or something like that. we'll give you that opportunity to do that. In the meantime, we're going to take a break. Then we'll be back with Steve Stricker, who had a pretty good tournament at Memorial, as we mentioned, tied for 18th. We'll be back on the Golf Effect Radio Network right after this timeout.
3, 2, 1. Grab your phone, because now is your chance to win $1,000. Text the keyword HAPPY to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's HAPPY to 200-200.
Now that's a parking spot.
Introducing the I may have underestimated the size of my car policy with accident forgiveness from American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly. Get a quote. Find an agent. Visit amfam.com.
Optional policy features not included in base policies. Review policy for coverages and exclusions. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
A cherished family visit looks different today at Oak Park Place, but the feelings of love and support haven't changed. The focus is always on resident health and safety. Thank you to the families for finding unique ways during difficult times to connect with loved ones while maintaining physical distance. A wave and a smile from outside, a yard sign with a special message, all to bring joy to the residents. They have locations on Madison's east side in the Nakoma neighborhood, Janesville, Baraboo, Oak Creek, and Wauwatosa. Visit oakparkplace.com.
4. Wow, you're terrible at golf. Who taught you?
I Googled it.
You need to meet with Tiz.
What's a Tiz?
Dennis Tiziani, Wisconsin Golf Hall of Famer. He has over 50 years of playing and teaching experience with a ridiculous list of championships and champions. Maybe you could be his next protege.
Where can I find him?
At the golf range at Cherokee Country Club.
Well, what if I'm not a member at Cherokee Country Club?
Well, the golf range is open to the public, but have you ever thought about becoming a member? They have a new membership program where you can pay for what you play. Whether you play once a week, once a month, or just want an unlimited option.
Wow, sounds like an ace in the hole. Where do I sign up?
Just call me, Kristen the Piston, at 608-241-8788, and I'll get you all teed up.
Cherokee Country Club is the only club in Madison to offer indoor and outdoor tennis, swimming pool, and social individual, family, and junior memberships. Call Kristen today at 608-241-8788. Cherokee Country Club. Pay for what you play.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment, you could be driving something extraordinary? Aaron Perkins, General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
And we're back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club in Madison. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown, and it's nice to have on Steve Stricker, who had a nice weekend over the past 4 days down at the Memorial, the Jack Nicklaus Tournament, tied for 18th with about 132 players in that tournament, and only one guy broke 70 on the final round. Steve, I would suspect you're not totally satisfied, but you had a very good weekend, did you not?
I had a good Sunday. I didn't have a very good Saturday. But yeah, overall, finishing 18th was a step in the right direction. It's been, I've made some cuts lately, but I just haven't played that well on the weekend. And, I've put a lot of effort into making the cuts, and I've kind of petered out on the weekend. So it was good to kind of finally get a good round in on Sunday and move up the leaderboard and have a respectable tournament, I guess.
Steve, from the perspective of that golf course and listening to the commentators and the player quotes over the weekend, can you describe how difficult it really was to play that course under the conditions that existed this past weekend?
Yeah, it's a challenging course when it's soft. There's a lot of gut checks out there. You have to. There's a lot of hazards. There's a lot of water. They put the pins up tight against the water. So when it's soft, you can kind of challenge a little bit more if you want to. But when they get as firm as they did this last tournament, some pins were unaccessible for me. I'm hitting in a couple clubs longer, of a shot usually than most of these younger guys, and they put a lot of pins up front. So if you're not coming in with a club that you can spin, and a lot of them played downwind too, that they put up front. There were times where I was just trying to get it on the green and then two putt from 30, 40 feet sometimes. So it played, as you can tell by the score, is extremely difficult. But it's, I enjoy that. It's a fun challenge. I wouldn't want to do that every week, but that was major championship style golf, and that's fun every once in a while.
We're chatting with Steve Stricker, and Steve, Jack is obviously making some course changes. In fact, they started before the tournament was even over. They started working on some of the holes on the golf course. Maybe a two-parter. Why is Jack doing that? Is it for the tournament and also for the members? What are your thought process do you think he's got in mind in the redesign?
I think it's strictly for tournament play, and I heard this is going to be his kind of last redo of Muirfield Village, and he wants to make it right, and he wants to create some other challenges. He realizes these guys hit it a long ways, and there's some holes that need to be changed, like the 16th hole he was never very happy with. I mean, I hit 9-iron there on Sunday, and it was downwind, landed it on the front, maybe about 7-8 steps on the green, went all the way to the back fringe, well, nearly to the back fringe. That's a green that's almost impossible to hit with the prevailing south wind or southwest wind, and it gets so firm. It's a newish green, and so I heard that he was going to put some slope from back to front there to help guys hit the green. And so there's just I guess he's redoing all the greens, resurfacing them all, adding some little different contours, making them a little bit better, putting some bunkering in, probably some new tee locations for some of these guys that hit it 340, and I heard it's his last go around there, and probably just make it perfect one last time.
Steve, now that the Ryder Cup has officially been canceled, does that motivate you now that you got more time, obviously, and then will be a year from September when the event is hopefully going to be held? Are you motivated to maybe play more? Would you have more time? What's your thoughts along those lines?
Yeah, I definitely have more time now. And, I've always wanted to play, and I'm starting to turn the corner. I feel like I've worked hard the last 3-4 weeks playing and practicing, getting in kind of tournament shape, and I see some really positive things that I'm doing. And so I'll get to play a little bit more. There was a Champions Tour major that was opposite the Ryder Cup, the Regions Tradition, that I won last year, that I wasn't going to be able to defend because they were going to have it opposite the Ryder Cup, so I'll be able to go there now. And so I'll get some more playing opportunities, which will be nice. But still, with the Ryder Cup in the back of my mind, we've got a call tonight about the Ryder Cup and the point structure and what we're going to do for the fall and next year. And so it's ongoing. And even last week when I go to the Memorial and I get to see and hang around these guys and played a practice round with Jordan Spieth and Ryan Palmer and guys that are, potentially that could be on the team. And I see Tony and Webb Simpson and all the guys, that Bryson, so I'm there. And that to me is a huge deal. If I was just to not play the regular tour and go play the Champions Tour or stay at home or whatever, I feel there would be a disconnect from me and to the players. So that motivates me to play and motivates me to continue to try to stay young and try to stay relevant in the game and try to play as well and as much as I can out there.
Now you're eligible, or if I'm wrong on this, correct me. You're eligible for the U.S. Open and the PGA, are you not, this year, playing both of those?
Yep. Yeah. PGA is in about 3 weeks' time. I may play a Champions Tour event next week, and then it would be the PGA, and then I'm going to play the Senior Players Championship, which is at Firestone. So potentially I have 3 weeks again in a row, or maybe not play the first one and have 2, and then maybe go from there. But yeah, I'm in the PGA and then the U.S. Open, which was going to be the week before the Ryder Cup. I'll be playing there as well from winning the Senior Open last year. It gives me a spot into there.
And obviously, you're around all the guys on the tour. I just quickly one more, and then I'm going to let you go. In terms of the majors, they still got to be played. The FedEx Cup playoffs are up yet. The Masters is up. How do the players look at the challenges of trying to figure that all out? And is it complicated for them in terms of all of those events in a short period of time?
No, I don't think it's, it's not complicated as that is how you're saying that. I don't think to them, we feel very fortunate to be able to be playing during this time. Sponsors have still felt the need and the desire to be a part of the tour and to be able to give back to the communities that they're a sponsor in. And so we feel very fortunate, very lucky. The vibe out there on tour is totally different without fans, but the players still are there working hard, trying to compete and trying to get their game sharp. It's still a major, and for a guy to win that goes a long ways. And so they still work extremely hard, take it very seriously. They're taking this pandemic very seriously too, and they're following the rules and wearing their masks and doing all the right things so we're able to play. And knock on wood, we haven't had a lot of cases, and it continues to be good. And so we feel very lucky to be able to play in. And I don't think they're worried about the number of majors here in the fall. I think they just feel fortunate to be able to play in them.
Quick comment on Jon Rahm.
Well, he's a heck of a talent. He's unbelievable. He's a big, powerful guy. Not a lot of fear. It seems like those Spanish players all kind of had that same mentality. Seve and Sergio and now Jon Rahm, and they just, they've got great short games. They've got a fierce tenacity about them that they just are going to do it and get it done. And Jon Rahm is no different. I remember I was having lunch with Phil Mickelson probably about, it was 4 or 5 years ago now, maybe even a little bit longer. And Jon Rahm was coming, might have been his rookie year, and he hasn't even played in any major yet. And Phil's like, this guy Jon Rahm will be in the top 10 in the world within 2 years' time. And he bet a guy at the table, bet him a sizable chunk of money and this guy's like, no way. How do you, Phil knew of this guy, right? He was at Arizona State. His brother, Tim, who caddies now for Phil, was the coach back then. And they just knew about this guy. And sure enough, Jon Rahm was inside the top 10 within the 2-year time. I think it was only a year and a half from the time Phil made that bet. So guys who saw him play, know of his talent, and he's a special player.
And when you mention your buddy Phil Mickelson, I guess it wouldn't surprise you when he putts from 78 yards away, huh?
No, I imagine he was trying to make a statement there, Phil style. He tends to do that, and it was a bit overboard. I'm going to say that too. Like I said, I enjoy the challenges, but it's when you look back, you're like, God, I should be able to keep it on the green, and from the middle of the fairway. And there were times yesterday I hit a beautiful 3-wood down number 1, had 130 some yards to the hole, downwind. I hit this beautiful little wedge in there, lands, 8 steps short of the pin, bang, back right up against the tall rough in the back of the green, and don't get it up and down. And I'm just like, oh gosh, here we go again, hit 2 good shots and walk away with a bogey. And there were a lot of holes like that that were just very difficult to get it on the green. And par was at times your friend, and you just wanted to make your par and move on. So it was kind of U.S. style golf.
Thank you for your time, Steve. All the best in the remainder. We appreciate you being on. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks.
That's Steve Stricker, and we'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
American Family Insurance is returning $425 million to our customers. This includes a 10% savings for all current and new personal auto customers for the rest of the year. We hope this does your world some good and reminds you that your dreams mean about more ways to save. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, this is Dave Gary with the Princeton Clubs. A great round of golf for the right club at the right time. Here in Wisconsin, the Princeton Club is the right club at the right time. If you want to improve your game, give us a call for custom golf fitness programs. We work with all types of golfers to increase flexibility, core strength, stamina, and overall fitness.
We're committed to excellence, the Princeton Club.
For more information, go to princetonclub.net.
This is Gary D'Amato with Killarney Golf Media. Check out our coverage of golf in Wisconsin and beyond on wisconsin.golf. We cover people, courses, tournaments, issues, and trends. Anything and everything that impacts golf in our state. And keep listening to The Golf Effect for expert analysis, topical dialogue, and great guests. Between wisconsin.golf and The Golf Effect, we've got you covered.
Sculpted by glaciers, played by champions. The University of Wisconsin Golf Course, University Ridge, is open for play and awaiting your arrival. The Robert Trent Jones Jr. design, University Ridge, is now offering 18-hole walking green fees for as low as $46 plus tax any Monday through Thursday. This 18-hole rate won't last long, so visit universityridge.com or call 608-845-7000 to reserve your tee time. Play where the Badgers and the pros play. University Ridge.
The golf season is in full swing, and so is Nevada Bob's. No more curbside deliveries or drop-offs. You get the full in-store service from Joel and his staff. New or used clubs, they got them. Putters, balls, shoes, hats, and apparel for men, women, and kids. Nevada Bob's has you covered. Replace those old grips with new ones. Get a new bag or a high-tech pull cart. Top flight service with a smile. It's like Joel says,
your game, your store, Nevada Bob's, always at the best price.
Talking golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee Country Club. Along with Dennis Tiziani, I'm Paul Brown, and Kristen Morani is joining us now. She's Director of Business Development here at Cherokee Country Club. And Tiz, in terms of this position, which was kind of a new position or maybe relabeled a position, what were you looking for in terms of the job responsibilities that Kristen had?
Well, someone that, can bring some institutional knowledge to the table. That's really what I was looking for. Somebody who was in the business before. She's a PGA member, came out of California, and had brought something to the table, but then could compete mentally. It's difficult here or any place. Maybe it's difficult dealing with me. I don't know what the deal is. But
no
anybody
comment.
get no comment? No comment.
No comment. But the people that we have, she's one of them, but has gone ahead and taken a position of representing the membership and representing management. Difficult to do, right in the middle with both, but she's handled it really well, and we're moving along really good. She did a good job in helping me through the time when we had a golf professional here who left and took over and got that all done, and then had more to offer than just that. And we recognized that and moved her up into this position, and is doing really good.
Kristen, in today's environment, in terms of memberships and development of business for the golf industry or for Cherokee, how's it going? What do you see? What do you feel some of the challenges are?
Well, I mean, in general, golf memberships and committing to a year-long commitment like that have been a struggle for the competition that's in the area. There are a lot of different golf courses to play. A lot of people like to jump around and try all the different tracks and, feel tied down sometimes with a country club. And then, of course, with everything this season with COVID, I think there's still that fear of the unknown a little bit. And not sure what's going to happen this winter, this, next year. So we have seen it has been a little bit slower. But all of a sudden, in this last month, we've really seen a resurgence in membership. And, I think people are just maybe starting to see that the summer is already, we're into July, and they're ready to start enjoying it.
Well, you can play outdoor tennis here. You can play indoor and outdoor tennis. Obviously, golf, and here, one person per cart, for an example, that type of thing, and swimming. There's things that people want to do and can get a little bit of that separation, right?
Absolutely. I mean, tennis and swimming have all been labeled low-risk sports as far as being able to catch the virus or be even close to people. So we've used that to our advantage. A lot of people are just ready to get outside. And, coming from California, I kind of forget that with the seasons here, we don't have much time to, get out there and be able to enjoy that nice weather. So, and with having a nice, dry, warm summer, now it's really, really becoming more prevalent, all these new membership inquiries.
And talking about membership inquiries, there's an option for paying what you want. In other words, how much you pay, how much you play. Explain that option and exactly what that is.
Yeah, so our new membership plan is based on a pay for what you play model. And the idea is to be able to think about how often and when you play, and we fit you into a membership category based on that. So instead of sticking you into a membership just based on how old you are, we actually look at your playing habits. If you happen to be somebody who works Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and you can't play till the afternoon, that's typically considered a twilight, a non-prime time. So we actually have discounted rates now to allow our, people who work, or maybe just people who have a flexible work schedule and don't mind playing in the afternoon, they can reap the benefit of being able to have a lower cost membership.
But there's also the premium membership, which includes a lot of different things.
Yes, that's been a great addition. It's full-time, anytime golf, tennis. You get our range, season golf cart, our pool, our in-house fitness facility, and then we also have reciprocity with Princeton Club and Madison Club. So an entire family can take advantage of that. It's $9,000 for the whole family for a year.
And to the people that maybe have never been to Cherokee, Dennis and Kristen, when you really look at it, and obviously I've been a member here for a number of years, and so maybe I'm a little bit prejudiced, but this place is unique in a lot of ways. You mentioned it. Where can you go to a golf course where you can play indoor and outdoor tennis? You can play pickleball. You can play racquetball. You can play golf. You got a year-round driving range, that type of thing. It is unique in a sense, isn't it, Dennis? I mean, when you look at total facilities and what's here at this place.
Well, to a point where it took all this time to find somebody that can go ahead and give that information out, that it makes sense. We've been very remiss in telling people what we really have here. And that's nobody's fault, of course, but mine. But since we've gone now in the last year and determined that we want to get out and tell people what we have, whether it be through our social media network or through our website, it's already starting to pick up where people are beginning to realize that's the case. And, for a long time, we had a tag of, Cherokee being wet and stuff of that nature. Well, for those who are here, it's a different story. We did a lot of work and more work to come in making this, from a golf perspective, even better. So I like what's going on. I like that the word is getting out. I like we've got a number of people that are telling the story now. And I was remiss in telling that story, being connected and so involved and that type of nature. And these people, Kristen and events people, they've picked up the ball and now are convinced that, hey, it's a pretty nice place. And, from our standpoint, or from my standpoint, you had to, in order for a salesperson to sell something, they have to be convinced it's a good sale. And we spent that time to be convincing, and they, again, then convinced themselves. So the sales process now is in place.
You got 60 seconds to do your sales job. And everybody listening, why should they become a member here?
Well, I mean, kind of piggybacking on what Dennis has been saying, what makes us unique is our membership too. Our members themselves,
Right.
our tennis members and our golf members are unlike any others than I've been able to work with.
Why
You
is
know,
that? What do you mean?
I mean, they're very welcoming. They're very down to earth. They're, anytime a new member comes, they're willing to grab them and bring them into their game. And it doesn't seem as stuffy as some other country clubs that I've been a part of. And I think that's important when a club is looking to build or rebuild or is in kind of a transition period, that your members are on board. And they definitely have been. They've been loyal, through, the years and really stuck by our side. And so we're so thankful through this transition period that now they're even more welcoming of new members. And, I think the other thing that sets us apart too is our availability for tee times and the walkability, if that's a word,
That's a word.
of the golf course and quick rounds. I joke with some of the new members that they can get, a round of 18 holes within 2 hours. It's that fast paced. And I think a lot of people, when they're kind of bouncing around from clubs to clubs, kind of get to that point where, they're sick of the 5-hour rounds. They're sick of, having to fight for a tee time. Here you can pull into the parking lot, grab your clubs and go to the first tee.
And people that may have heard the spots on radio, there's a couple of spots about Cherokee. And I'm going to close with a two-parter. Who came up with What's a Tiz? And where did Kristen the Piston come from? What's that all about?
Well, me and Lauren, our events manager, we have a lot of fun here at the club in general. And we like to have fun with Tiz. And so I don't know, it was just one night at her new house. We were hanging out on the lake and might have had a beverage and or two. And so that's where it came up with.
Okay. So What's a Tiz? That's a good one. I like that one. So if you'd like information on becoming a member at Cherokee, and again, there's different membership levels, give Kristen the Piston the call. And she'll be glad. We'll be back after this time out on the Golf Effect Radio Network.
That was good.
Oak Park Place invites you to join them for a personal virtual tour from your home. You can virtually walk the halls, visit a model apartment, and see the common spaces, all based on your unique needs and interests. Choose the fit that is right for you, from independent to assisted living, memory care, and short-term rehabilitation. They have locations on Madison's East Side, in the Nakoma neighborhood, Janesville, Baraboo, Oak Creek, and Wauwatosa. Visit oakparkplace.com.
Play the best kept secret in Wisconsin golf, Wild Rock Golf Club in Wisconsin Dells. This Herdston and Pride design not only features stunning views from elevated tee
Derek
boxes,
is on hold.
but it also showcases the natural beauty of the surrounding area that will dazzle your senses. Secluded and sheltered from the outside world, Wild Rock is unlike many places you played before. A true test of golf for players of all skill levels. Book your tee time online today and see what you've been missing at wildrockgolf.com. That's wildrockgolf.com.
Hi, this is Dave Gary with the Princeton Clubs. A great round of golf requires the right club at the right time. Here in Wisconsin, the Princeton Club is the right club at the right time. If you want to improve your game, give us a call. For custom golf fitness programs, we work with all types of golfers to increase flexibility, core strength, stamina, and overall fitness.
We're committed to excellence, the Princeton Club.
For more information, go to princetonclub.net.
Why drive an ordinary car when for the same monthly payment, you could be driving something extraordinary?
Derek
Aaron
is on
Perkins,
hold.
General Manager, Zimbrick European. Imagine yourself behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche. More safety, performance, and luxury, and way more fun. And getting more costs less than you think. Zimbrick European makes leasing affordable. Discover the value for yourself. Stop in and test drive a Mercedes-Benz, Audi, or Porsche today. Visit Zimbrick European and find out why leasing the car of your dreams makes so much sense.
Hey, Lauren, you ready for things to get back to normal yet?
Yeah, I really am. I really miss hanging out with my friends and family, going out to eat, and sporting events.
You should check out Cherokee Country Club this year. You can enjoy sports at a safe distance with our golf range, indoor-outdoor tennis, swimming, and beautiful 18-hole golf course. Also, our sports lounge is open to the public. Have you tried their Friday night fish fry?
No, I haven't. I think that's something my family and I can really enjoy. I'm going to tell my friends about it. Where can we sign up?
Call me, Kristen, at 608-241-8788.
Cherokee Country Club. Pay for what you play.
Back on Talking Golf on the Golf Effect Radio Network from Cherokee and Madison, along with Dennis Tiziani. I'm Paul Brown. And it's a pleasure to bring in Derek Schnarr, who's the Director of Golf and General Manager at Blackhawk Country Club here in Madison. And Derek, you got a big tournament going on over at your place. It started today, the Wisconsin Women's State Amateur, and it'll conclude tomorrow. That's a big event, is it not? And tell us about day one.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. It's just an honor to be on with the two of you.